Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to an episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Today we are going to work on our $100 243cc 28-inch Yardmachine snowblower. Still has the plastic on this. You guys remember early on in the middle of the summer I did a video. And now I'm going to drag it back out and let's get this thing going. Whew. So let's start with the basics. Racing against the clock. Just going from work. So anyway, 28-inch clearing path. Right, nice size machine. You got 4 serrated augers. Right, you can see that right here. See this teeth that was chopped through the snow. Spacers, 4 shear pins, 0 grease fittings. Aluminum housing. 3-blade impeller. Okay, dual wear wide skid shoes. It's pretty nice. These actually stick out past the auger, so if you hit something, these will take the brunt of the blow and not the machine itself. Got your nice clear out tool in case you get clogged up, but I'm going to show you how to modify the impeller on this machine, and you'll throw that in the garbage. Really nice, tall, skinny tires. I'm going to put some tire chains on these. 4.8-8, very, very common throughout the years. Okay, 243cc power more engine. Anyway, let's go back to the machine. 6-speed forward, 2-speed reverse, very, very common. Okay, chute control, but this you have to go by hand, so this is really not a great machine for a snow cab because you have to get out in front of the machine to adjust the auger. Does this have auger lock? Probably do. So drive. Yes, we have auger lock. See, depressed, so it'll give you one hand to adjust. Let it go. This does not have a built-in shear pin holder, which is fine. Yes, let's get to the engine. 243cc power more engine. I like how they covered this cover inside. It's nice and smooth. Kind of like it. Pretty sexy. Okay, this machine does have an alternator, so it puts out power to this one light. Here we have your primer, choke, throttle, and key for power. There is no inline fuel shutoff valve. Not a bad machine. 243cc technically comes out to like 7 horsepower. But nonetheless, right? Hope this thing still runs. This choke. Probably gonna have to have this thing warm up a little bit. Oh wait, I gotta prime it. Durr. Oh, not bad. Long time no see. We're back in the garage. It's crazy how dark it gets with just like that now. Look at this. What a half-hour difference in freaking things. Insane. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna modify the impeller. We're gonna make this quick and easy. So the reason why I rushed this into service, well, I put this ahead of the flipping thing. I don't know why. I should have had this up for sale. But I had an awakening. Okay? And it's pretty simple awakening. Right? I went to go buy a snowblower. And I'm like, wait a minute. I still have a few that I need to sell. And number 2, we're 2 weeks from Christmas. Now last year, right, was a very warm winter. I'm sorry, if you guys don't see what I'm doing, This is a carriage bolt. I'm supporting it from the inside, and I'm using a 7/16 or 11 millimeter to take this off. But as you're doing this, please support it from the inside. So anyway, I had this like little epiphany, right? That last year we had a warm winter, and I sold 3 snowblowers January 1st. After that, I sold one a couple of weeks later to a guy out of state. He picked up the Honda for $1,000, which is a fair deal, right? So I'm like, I really need to get my SHIT together before I'm stuck with more snowblowers again. And if I get stuck with these snowblowers again this year, guess what's going to happen next year? Probably the same damn thing. So I'm pushing this up the assembly line, and also I went to go look at another snowblower, right? Even though I said I wasn't going to buy something, I did anyway, because I'm an idiot. You know, that's how things work. I see a good deal. And I just have to buy it. But I'm going on my prices of like 2 years ago. Even though I'm getting good money for my machines this year, it's just, this winter, man, ain't nothing. So I went to go look at this snowblower, and the story behind it was that it was his dad's machine, and it burns. It smokes, right? So, color is white. Alright, sounds good. And the oil was overfilled, which I like. But what I didn't like is that I could see somebody worked on it. And it was almost too good to be true. And I questioned the person about it. Has anybody touched this machine? Has anybody worked on it? Nope. Nope. No. So, how could, right, the machine be overfilled with oil if nobody worked on it? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back here. Let's measure this impeller. Now, I wonder if this is 2.5 inches. That should be shameful. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Alright, it's almost like 2.25. Damn, that's such a shame. So anyway, now we gotta cut this mud flat. So, I just walked away. And then I said, you know what, let me make him an offer. Because if it needs an engine of some sort, if it needs serious engine work, you know, we'll let it go. And he was kind of firm on his price. And I pulled the recoil on it, because we did the electric start, little snarky bastard. And the recoil was very, very hard to pull. So, I wished him well. And I walked away. And in the process of talking, and I expressed my concerns, because we're allowed to do that, he doubted them. And then I had to reveal my trump card and basically say, hey, listen, I do this for, you know, a side hustle. I know my stuff. This motor's got serious problems. You know, and I pointed out to him that it looks like somebody was in the machine. You know, and he just kept saying, no, I don't know what to talk about. So I went to go pull the recoil. It was extremely hard to pull. So that means that there was a timing issue or a valve issue. And as we were walking away, he says, hey man, somebody messaged me and he's going to take it for full asking price. Which was mucho dinero. I'd rather not tell you what I was willing to pay for this machine. And he sold the goddamn thing. Alright, so what we're doing here is that naturally there's a gap here. That's a lot of space. Look at this. I'm sticking my finger in here. That's where all the snow's going to get stuck. No more gap. Cut a piece of mud flap off a truck. You could use whatever you want, but this is the best stuff out there. Put it over the gap, and we are good to go. Did my light just on? Let me get another light. Son of a... So anyway, then the little bastard has the audacity to call me and say, hey, I sold it for a full asking price, ha 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 ha. So then I says, okay, you know what, I'm not going to argue with people. You know, that's pointless, as much as sometimes I like to. You guys see me on my page, I argue with idiots. I decided not to, and I says, you know what, I got to get this thing into service. So this is exactly what I'm doing, because he said the guy told him that he's been looking for months for a snowblower, and he couldn't find one. And he happened to come across this one at a good deal. And this was not a good deal at all. So, here I am. Trying to make lemonade. Because when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So, if you guys want to remember, is that I paid $100 for this machine, and originally the guy wanted $200, and he let his ace in the hole out that he sold his house hold on, concentrate. Is this a long battery? Jesus. This is a long battery. Ah, big battery. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so he told it that he's been looking for months through OfferUp for a machine. What the hell? Now, I hate OfferUp. I really, really do. OfferUp is probably one of the worst buying and selling websites known to man. It is like lowball central. And I'm at the point where I almost want to delete the goddamn app. But once in a blue moon, I'll get good deals like this. So this was posted on OfferUp. Yeah, now I remember where I left off my story. So anyway, his trump card, he revealed his trump card. Right? He said that he sold his house. Where he's moving, he won't need a new snowblower. They're going to be handling snow removal. And the new owners don't want it. So, okay. So, I was honestly going to... Oh, and today's the final walkthrough. So, he says we have to be there by a certain time because that's when he has to do the final walkthrough. If not, I'm going to have to wait till after the final walkthrough. So, I get there, and he actually is running a little bit behind. But since I left up to my end of the deal, and he didn't, he said, you know what, he'll deal with me first, and then he'll do the final walkthrough after. So there's a little bit of stress on his end, because now he has these people waiting. So he opens up the garage is pretty much empty, and a couple little things here and there, and there was a snowblower. It's like, holy shit, this thing, it looks brand new, which it did. It said it's only a year old. I didn't run any numbers on it to fact check him. And I says, okay, let's start it up. He's like, oh, there's no gas in here. I was like, all right, you got gas on? He's like, no. He's like, it'll run. I drained the gas out. I had it winterized. I'm like, if there's no gas, this thing isn't running. So he was like, oh, well, if it doesn't start, let me know. I'll give you your money back. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's not how it works. I don't know where to find you. I don't trust you. So I'll be honest with you, I hit him with $50. I said, this is a non-running machine. This is a non-running machine. This isn't running. You advertised a running machine. This thing don't run. So, I knew he couldn't take it with him of where he was moving. And And the family that bought the house had no interest in it. So I bought it for $100. So that's that. Here we are. So the machine I wanted to buy was a 30-inch machine. This one is a 28. And this guy got good money for it. So I'm going to try and get good money for mine. Right? I'm allowed to do that, I hope. I'm allowed to get good money for my machines. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Because remember, I had a budget this whole summer buying machines. And the whole goal was to get them so cheap so I could lower my prices and I have to draw people from out of state to get them. Because they're getting snow. We're not. But then the whole thing is, the reason why I don't want to sell in-state is I don't want people to think they get good deals. And then guess what? They will expect good deals. Ask me how I know. I know. So we're going to cover this with lube. On to the next one. Yeah, so that's my little rant for the day. Now I'm a little aggravated, but I mean, that's like, I was actually supposed to sell 2 snowblowers today. The Snow Commander and the 20-inch Arians. And they both have gone dark on me. That's life. So that's what's kind of making me nervous too. Now people are catching on, right? If there's no snow, the heck you need a goddamn snowblower for? So, you know, I just have to put some love into this, like I did with the other one. Because those machines I sell, like I sold a certain type of machine for $350. And the only reason why I got good money for it is because I painted the wheels black. You know, like I really did a nice job on it. So I made it look better than what was out there. And that's the only reason why. So now I got to kind of do the same thing to this. I forgot what this cost brand new. So I have to be wary of that too. And it's funny, the guy I bought another snowblower off of, I know, because I had the other one sold so quickly, I went out and got another one, right? Was that he said he's getting a new snowblower for Christmas. And I was almost tempted to say, hey, I got one for you. Let's work something out. But he's a little how do I say this? A little unfriendly per se. He was very trying not, you know what, he was about that. I just cursed. I gotta edit that out. Yeah, so the guy I bought the snowblower from, through our conversation, he was getting a new one for Christmas, a bigger one. And the only reason why I didn't offer him one of mine is because I'm already married. And I don't want to be married, let alone to a guy. Sorry. That's not how I roll. And I could just tell if there was a problem, he'd make one, even if it was 3 years down the line. So I opted to just walk away. So I hope you guys are doing a little bit better than me. I'm over the fact that the Honda needs a head gasket. You know, I'm over the fact that I got screwed on that deal. Because when life throws you a wrench, fortunately, I have the capability to throw a bigger wrench at it. But unfortunately, selling snowblowers, there isn't much of a wrench I could throw at it. It is what it is. So during this epiphany, I happened to call my better half, my wife, and tell her my plan. Even though she knew that all along, was to drop prices. And she's trying to sit there and say, no, don't sell yourself short. It's still not, we still have plenty of time for winter. And I'm not saying I don't trust her and I don't argue her, but I'm basing my numbers off last year. What the hell are we going to do? And, did I mention I was going to supercharge my Arians? I ordered the parts for that. So then she used that against me. If you think we weren't going to get any snow, why would you spend the money to supercharge the Arians? I don't know. That's what I want to do. It's my hobby. Well, then she says, I guess you plan on traveling out of state to blow snow. I says, you're damn right. After we do this, we will. And that'll probably be a fun video for you guys. I don't know if it'll be fun for me. Because now I have this, my collection of Arians. Right? Because I have more than one. What the hell am I going to do with all of them now? I know, I mean, they're really pretty to look at, but if you guys know me, I'm tight on space as is. So I guess we're going to have to force my wife to build out the garage. Because she loves the Arians just as much as me. And I got some fan mail from them this year. And I'll post a picture on my Instagram. So follow me on Instagram, PATTAY'S Performance, and you will see what Arian sent me. Keyword me. Last year, they said something for both my wife and I. And this year, well, you know what? One of them is for her. Well, yeah. You know what? You guys could be the judge of that. I'll let you guys pick. Do you think they were for me or for her? Alright, so impeller's done. We're going to hose this thing. Cover this thing with some penetrating oil. Right? Nice and smooth. We're going to let this rip. Now we're going to put this back on. Remember? 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember the same way we took this apart, we put it back on. I'm supporting it from the inside. It's getting cold out too. And one of the deals where Snowblower was supposed to sell today was through me. And the other deal Snowblower was supposed to be sold was through my wife. So here's a fun fact. I'm only one person, right? I stress that out a lot. My wife helps me out a lot. But I can only do so many things. There's only so much time in a day. So personally, I run Craigslist. Okay? And I split up some of the sales between me and her. Because I can't keep track of anything and everything. Okay? She also handles Let Go and Offer Up for me as well, because I hate those people. I hate the people that are on there. She has the time and patience to deal with them. I don't. If you really want to know I do a majority of my dealings, right, on Craigslist. Crazy, right, considering the time. Facebook isn't any good either. I get a lot of crazy offers, but since I'm on Facebook, I might as well utilize it. I do a lot more buying on Facebook than I do selling. And it's funny. The people who I do meet on Facebook, they say they like Facebook better because they can peep my profile and see who I am. Craigslist is strangers and they feel like they're going to get robbed, which is like ridiculous. Alright, let's open this door. Alright, are we in within town noise ordinance? We should be. I just have to double check. Yes, it is correct. I have to double check. Oh, come on. Had you down somewhere. Alright, so what happens now, because there is no gap and the impeller is cut wider, it's going to break itself in. Take your chute and put it towards the trees, your neighbors. Just don't put it towards anything valuable. It's going to get really, really loud. And once the impellers break in, it's going to be nice and quiet. Alright, so that's what we're going to do here. That's it. So, let's go back in the garage. Let's face this way. This is what you're trying to avoid. Even though it's rubber, why risk it flying out for something you don't care about? Alright, let's get this thing back in the garage, clean up a little bit. Alright, so we're in. Service position. Alright, let's zip off these tires because we got to paint them. They should be. Ooh. Half inch or 7/16. Half inch. Oh well, this came off really, really easy. Look at that. Not even a thread lock around there. Wow. I'm not used to that. Usually, if you guys seen, right? I can't use the word struggle, but sometimes they're a really pain in the ass. You know, I'm not saying they're not a pain in the ass. I have the gun, right? But you could hear the gun. You know, what the hell was that? Did you? Oh no! Oh no! You didn't hear that click-clank sound, right? Hopefully, no. What was that? Alright, that was something internal. What the hell, man? It's supposed to be a brand new machine. can imagine the words that are going through my mind right now. So, nonetheless, the show must go on. Even though, just see what happens when you touch things? Just going to give these a quick wipe down. Get the rubber off these because that's rubber on here. When you modify the impeller, it's like powder sometimes. The rubber comes out like powder, which is fine. So that means it did its job. Alright. Oh yeah, this paint's really cold. This might not be a good idea. Because that means everything else is cold. I'm trying to press this into service. Did I say that? Probably should have painted the wheels first. And then modify the impeller. But that's life. MRO, best stuff out there. Sticks to anything and everything. I am not sponsored by them. That's just knowledge. Just a couple light coats. Oh, and just so you know, the guy who messaged me for the Arians, you know what he said? I don't have an SUV right now, but if you want, I could stop by and check it out. Yeah, no. No, thank you. If you're not ready to buy, that's not going to work out. Because then they don't remember, I don't meet at the house anymore. I meet someplace else. So, that's definitely a no. Thank you for your honesty. I really do appreciate it. So you're laughing. Yes, I paint the tire. Yes, I do. I used to tape everything. But then one day I lost my patience. And I painted the whole tire and it came out awesome. And once in a blue moon, people will question me. And then I'd point at Mandingo and say I like everything black. So that was the end of that. But it's like permanent tire shine. And this MRO sticks really well. I really should open up the garage door. But maybe that's why I have problems trying to think about certain things. Like I should have done this while I was modifying the impeller, not after. Because then the paint would have been a little bit tacky. And then I could have did like the last one. Install it and put the tire chains on it while the paint was still wet. But that's life. On to the next one. Missed the spot. So when you paint, or when I paint, I like to paint with this method called hot flashing. So I like to paint, I like to keep my coats while the paint is still wet. I don't like to do a coat, let it dry, do another coat. Nope. I do another coat, I wait 5 to 10 minutes, spray another coat, nice and thin. Alright, it's 3 coats, 5 to 10 minutes between each coat, and that's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's how we do's it around here. And that's how you should do it too. But if you don't do it that way, please let me know. That's quick and efficient. Because I'm open to suggestions, even though this works out pretty well for me. There's nothing wrong with improving. Right? Like we're going to try a different way to cook the turkey this year. So, usually we cook the turkey for hours on hours on hours on end. We're going to do a method where it cuts the time in half. Not that we don't care about time, but it doesn't hurt. You know, we found this crazy idea and recipe on YouTube. Just like you guys found me. This crazy moron in his garage. Spray painting with the doors closed. Do we have... Yep. Yep, okay. And then we gotta wait. As you can see, it's starting to look pretty damn good already. Alright. Let's do the inside. Nah, we'll leave it. Now, the piece of metal that we heard, let's investigate that. I really shouldn't, but I really don't want somebody else to get screwed. So, we're going to pop this belly pan off. Uh-oh, 3/8. Whoops. One, 2, 3, 4. See what the hell came up. I'm really not going to be happy. What the? Do you see what that is? That's a freaking keyway. Oh boy. What have we done? That's a freaking keyway. So all we did was play with this shaft here. Right? Okay, I see where the keyway is. I think I see where the keyway is. This doesn't make any sense. Alright, let's get this out of the way. No. Yep. Alright, so not so bad. Whew! Oh no, where did I put that keyway? Okay, here it is. That's where the keyway went. So let's... Oh boy. Alright, we have to find a happy medium. It's going to be a little hard because I got to do this at the same time. Come on. Well, I guess if your wheel stops spinning, this could be a potential reason. So this comes out. Oh, that's freaking crazy. Is there a keyway in here? God damn it. Now my rationale is because I don't want to take this apart, right? is that this came off without having everything, so I'm going to try and put it on the same way. Golly! Okay, I think we're in. Yes, we are. What the hell, man? This is insane. Okay. Okay, we're in. See that? We're in. Let me go put another coat on the rims. Alright, well, since we have the shaft off, the cover off, you might as well grease it. So let's just throw some grease on the shaft, even though we can still see the factory grease on here. Which is pretty amazing. It really just shows you how little this machine was used. If you guys had your doubts and speculations, because this thing is literally shiny. I actually had a buddy stop by, and that's the first thing he said. Look at this shiny machine. And I said, yes, it is. And he's another flipper too. That's why he stopped by. Kind of mad at him because I needed parts, and I thought he had them, and instead he went out and bought them, which is a big no-no in my book. I do not like when people do that. So anyway, I'm greasing this. Might as well just grease the freaking shaft while I'm at it. So that's that. Let's put a nice, healthy coat of grease on here. What I'm doing is very important, right? So there's a debate, per se, on what to use. And I'll be very, very honest with you. You could put man, listen, you could put anti-seize on here. There's people debating that I should be putting anti-seize. Or how about this? People are debating that you should be putting anti-seize on your wheels, your axle shafts. And I'm going to sit there and say no. You want to know why? Because you should be doing this every year. Okay? If you do this every year, you do not need to put anti-seize on there. Right? I use anti-seize a lot. We're going to use it just in a quick couple of minutes. Right? What do I tell you guys about anti-seize? It stops things from rusting and freezing together. Like nuts and bolts, right? But how often are you removing certain nuts and bolts? And it really pertains to like vehicles and equipment, right? You're removing your axle shafts every season, every year, as part of the tune-up process. That's what I do. You know, remember, I'm self-taught, per se. Nobody turned around and said, hey, Jason, this is what you're supposed to do on a tune-up. I discovered part of my tune-up process just by working on these machines and saying, wow, if somebody would have done that, it could have saved myself a really big headache. So that's why I include the wheels as part of the tune-up. One, it's the right thing to do, right? Even on a flip, it's the right thing to do. Number two, if I'm servicing a machine for somebody, right, that means I'm also going to be doing a repair for them too. So all I'm doing, right, is making that repair process easier for me. God forbid the machine breaks down and I need to gain access and I need to remove the axle shafts. That is my sole motivation of doing that. Do not get it twisted. It's cheap, it's easy. Some machines you guys have seen on the channel I want to throw across the wall or in the garbage because the wheels are frozen. And sometimes I don't even touch them at all because they're just too far gone. And those are the machines that I'll probably walk away from in general. Like here's a really good instance. That red snowblower that I had, right, a little small one. The guy wanted my phone number. Like, yeah, okay, I'll give it to you. Never gave it to him. So, imagine I sell a machine with the wheels are frozen. The guy called me for a repair. And I said, hey, pal, listen, it's going to be extra labor, or you might be out of luck because the wheels are frozen. Well, you sold me a blah, blah, blah machine. Don't want it. Don't want it. I'm a flipper, right? I buy, sell, trade. But I'm also a mechanic. I take pride in that. I will always try and do the right thing by everybody. But sometimes you just can't. And if you guys see in my, if you guys watch my intro, right? That lawn boy that I restyled, restored, and hemi-powered, I torched those wheels off. So you could imagine the fun that was. Torching a set of wheels. Oh, so let's spin this. Let's work this grease. Yep, we're good. So I'd rather not deal with that ever again because I had to torch those rims off. Luckily, a buddy had a set of rims and tires for me, and he gave them to me. And I was into that build for so much, if I had to pay for those rims and tires, I would have lost money. Not my proudest flip and my proudest moment. But you know what? The new owner of that machine got a freaking killer machine at a killer price. He bought it in the summer, remember? Even if I got full asking price for that, they still got one heck of a deal. Usually I do like a frame on. That machine had a frame off. Remember I painted the augers black and everything else was green? That machine had a freaking frame off, full frame off restoration. And they got it restyled, repowered, fully restored. New belts, new friction disc, a set of pulleys. I mean, this thing just went on and on and on. And I got deep into it that there was the point of no return. And I just had to finish it. And that's life. But you know what? When I got done with that machine, I was damn well proud of it. I almost wanted to keep the damn thing. And, you know, my wife and I always talk about this, right? When we get on in our years, it's going to happen. Right? What is going to be our go-to snowblower? Oh, man. I just touched a wet end. And, you know, like I said, as much as I love my 1128, there's going to come a point in time in my life where that thing's going to be really, really hard to move around. So we're going to have to downsize eventually. And that's probably why I want a 24-inch snowblower. I'm sorry, like an 1124. So I still have the 11 horsepower from the 28s that I use. And I have the 24-inch, you know, weight per se. Or I might just build one. But that's what we talk to, right? Fun things when you get older. So let's just make sure. everything's good. Unless I cut myself again. This is a rough week for fingers. The swelling's starting to come down on this one. Ah. Alright, let's get this thing down. I actually need some fresh air. Now look how killer that looks. Black wheels, black handlebars, black everything. And I actually have a black set of skid shoes for it. But I don't know if I want to put those on. When I bought that SnowTech 24, it came in black shoes. They won't even work. I don't know. Maybe I'll paint them. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm pondering. Nah, because the red one I sold had black. Yeah, we'll be fine.
We wish you